What is going on, everyone? So today I kind of want to run through one of the most commonly asked questions I get, and that is how do I land my first high ticket closing role in high ticket sales? Most commonly asked question I get. So what I've done for you all today is presented a lovely little slideshow PowerPoint that we're going to run through. Nice Kingfisher green looking color here. So how to land a remote sales role in 2025. I'm going to be breaking down exactly how to get into this space, whether you have experience, whether you don't, and pretty much like some of the harsh truths, the harsh realities about the space itself. So let's just jump straight into it. So pretty much our introduction, right? Before we dive in, you need to know sales, it is a competitive sport. You are like an athlete, right? So if you stop training, whether you're on a sales role or not, you will get left behind. This, like I hear so many people tell me that I want to be making 10 grand a month, laying up on the beach, taking 2 to 3 sales calls a day. I'm like, cunt, you literally work 50 hours a week, earning five, £600 a week, right? You're earning 2.5 grand a month. What makes you think if you literally work, what is that, 15 hours a week that you can earn 10 grand a month laying up on the beach, right? You're deluded in the head. Like when it comes to high ticket sales, like you have to be on the ball, you have to be practicing. Like this is a competitive sport. Like you have to be constantly improving because it's commission only. And one of the harsh realities is if you're not performing on an offer or you're not putting the work, you will just be booted, and somebody else who is better than you, hungrier than you, will be taken in. And that is the harsh reality of the game. Now, you have to earn your stripes in this industry, just like any other job, just like any other business, right? You can't walk in like, with your dick in your hand, acting a boy. Like you have to earn your stripes to get the good roles. And if you are a beginner, the biggest hurdle is landing your first offer. A lot of guys, even when they're training, even if you have the right training, landing your first offer is the biggest hurdle. Now, one thing you need to realize is in this game, everyone only cares about themselves. The sooner you realize that, the better. So, whether that's talking to a business owner, you need to realize that their best intention is themselves. So, as a business owner, their own quality of life is at the forefront of their mind. You need to use this as your advantage, to your advantage, and provide value to a business owner to show you can make their life easier by pretty much like proving that you can provide value to them. Now that you know that all they care about is themselves, you can come into a position where like I want to make you, let's say 100 grand extra a month for your business. Okay, that's gonna be 10K a month for you because they only care about themselves and all they care about is what can you actually do for them to make, first of all, their life easier, make their business better, make them more money, X, Y, Z. So that's one thing you need to get into your head straight off the rip. Every business owner, every sales manager, their best intention is themselves. Now, you need to be of value, okay, and provide value in this space. So, first thing is first, your social media presence tells business owners everything they need to know about you without you even opening your mouth or saying a word. So, if you have bad photos, right, bad pictures, unprofessional shit on your social media, get rid of it ASAP. It is 2025. All you have to do is do a quick Google search of someone, and there will be up in their face your social media, your Instagram, your TikTok, your Facebook, whatever it is. That is your digital resume in 2025. First thing people will look at, the first thing business owners will look at. See, that's today's era, right? That is your resume. So instead of hounding business owners, if they're hiring, focus on providing value. See, you need to drop messages to these guys, right? That deliver value, okay, to their current sales team, for example. If you're reaching out to someone, you'd want to say something like, hey, John, not sure if your current sales team is doing this, but I've seen that providing a prospect a short 5 minute pre-call video to watch at least 24 hours before the call. This will increase your show up rate and make the prospect more comfortable to actually join the call. By highlighting the problem that their sales team could be facing and providing useful information, that will benefit their business. Think about the amount of people that are sitting saying to them, hey, you hiring, you hiring, you hiring, whereas you're coming in, hey, John, not sure if your current sales team's actually doing this, but if you provide a short 5 minute long pre-call message before the call, right? It'll increase the show bit and make the prospect more comfortable to actually join the call. They're like, who the fuck's this man? Like, give a bit of value here. Let's try this out. Oh my God, this actually works. So make sure you're always providing value. See, by highlighting the problem, like their sales team could be facing, you're providing useful information here that will benefit their business. You're standing out from the crowd, especially everyone just messaging them, asking them if they're hiring, this generic message that they've read hundreds and hundreds of times. So instead, just focus on following up with, hey, are you hiring yet? Don't come up with that, right? Fuck up. Provide value and show how you can benefit their business. It's the fastest way to be recognized and get noticed by potential employers. The fastest way to stand out from the crowd itself. So, what your socials should actually look like, right? Clean, professional profile picture. No pictures of you drinking, at festivals or like off your head, you're gurning, right? Your eyes are like a fucking owl. None of that. See, if your whole social media is based around based around this, right? If you're always in these places, you're in Ibiza, you're in Ocean Beach, you're in Croatia, you're in Tomorrowland, you're at fucking Glastonbury, you're at all these festivals, right? And you're just known as the man or the woman. This is what you do. It may just be better to make a second account, a better social media. But the only thing is having a following on your account does help as well. Like, gives you a bit of authority. Whereas if you're rocking up with 30 followers, it's like, look, it's not a bad thing either, don't get me wrong, but obviously the more followers you have, it's gonna look a lot better as well. If you got a clean Instagram and following, like I'm like, okay, this guy's a fucking deal. So if you post online, it will definitely help. If you're posting reels or content and maybe around closing or around what you're doing, maybe you're posting your journey about how you want to be a closer and you're doing training right now, you want to roll, someone can see that. That will definitely help you. But look, it isn't essential in the space to get hired. Definitely not. I know guys doing 20K months with 150 followers, so it isn't essential. Now, just don't have anything retarded up. All right. Simple as no stupid memes or any of that there. Think of, I think that's pretty self-explanatory. Clean up your socials. Simple. None with you on the beer, the drugs, with the pint of women, none of that there, right? Keep it clean, professional. Now, here is another harsh reality of this space, right? If you do not have training or experience, you will not land a good closing role, and more than likely, you're not going to land a closing role off the rip. You'll only get to, outreach or cold calling roles, and you will be promised the moon and the stars, but it will probably just be free labor. I'm not gonna lie. You can earn your stripes, you have a bit of experience doing it, but guys will promise you the world. But if you don't have experience, that's realistically like all that you're gonna be like getting your hands on. In terms of closing, that is, you can still get entry level positions, right? It's not impossible. So like whenever you land interviews, right? If you land yourself a role, you're going to be on an interview with a sales manager or a business owner. And the first thing that sales manager will ask you is how much have you actually invested in yourself to learn the right skills? You see, sales managers don't want reps with no experience to handle their warm leads. And what do you mean by this, right? This is not me saying you need to fucking come to me and pay and invest in training. This is nothing like that. I'm just going to be completely straight up and real with you all. If you have a guy who pays and runs ads on YouTube, Facebook, social media, you're talking around 90 to 100 US dollars he pays in ad revenue for every prospect he gets on a call. The reason why they ask you how much have you invested in yourself to learn the right skills is very, very simple. You need to have skin in the game. A lot of business owners look for that. They look for skin in the game. If you're selling someone a fitness offer that's 5,000 for yearly access and you're trying to sell them into making a change that's going to better their life, how do you expect to do that if you've never invested in yourself to learn the right skills that can change your life? You won't have the conviction in order to do it. And I'm just being straight up. That's the first thing that these business owners will look for. All right. It's just something to keep in mind. Now, again, is it impossible to land a role without training? 110% is not impossible. Okay. You can still do it, but it will save you a lot of heartache. So this is how you can land a role as a beginner. You've got Facebook groups, you've got cold outreach on Instagram and YouTube, there's job posts on LinkedIn, Upwork, Seek, Indeed, you've got school communities, and you've got networking and referrals, which is the best method. and personally what I did myself. So what I've done is I come up with a few examples, right? First things first, we've got some Facebook groups here. So this Facebook group is called High Ticket Closers, Appointment Setters, Free Job Opportunities in High Ticket Sales. Be very careful on Facebook. Is there good opportunities on here? 110% there is. But look, just be mindful of a few of them because there is some scams on here as well. So straight off the rip, we are hiring two beast closers, done for you offer, 10, 25K, all inbound leads with sales experience. Male closer is 25, 35 years old. Okay, it doesn't sound the worst in the world. It sounds, but it's just like, what's the profile photo about? Hmm. Okay, so if we go on down here, okay, right, remote SDRs, okay, commission only. That's a good entry level job if you're a beginner. An SDR is essentially between an appointment setter and a closer. So you're ringing people up and booking them in with the closer. And again, they're paying between 3 and 10K a month. So you'd be cold calling. Look, it's a place to start. It's definitely a place to start. So here, hire an appointment setter, 110K on average. Again, remote head to sales closure and setter, real estate niche. Okay, what you be selling a Dunphy acquisition system on Turkey. Okay, this looks good. This looks good, okay? 20K, 20% if you self-set and close, 15 if the appointment is set for you. So again, this isn't a bad offer either. So just be mindful of them. Just remember that if you're asked to join a Discord or you're asked to pay money, that is a scam. You do not pay to land a role. I know guys have got good roles through Facebook, okay? So just be mindful when you're going through it. But again, there still is some good opportunities on here as well. So another job site that you can do, of course, is Indeed. So on Indeed here, I've taken High Ticket Closer, I've went with remote, and here's one here, sales closer for Jeff. Now I'm going to try and pronounce that right. So between 150 to 300K a year. Now, this is just an example. Now, a role like this, you're not going to walk into. Okay, this is not an entry level role, but I just want to show you guys what opportunities are actually out there in this space. A lot of people think that high ticket closing is just working for influencers through Instagram and helping them sell a course. It's nothing like that whatsoever. As a high ticket closer, you can get in with companies, massive companies, right? And actually like scale the corporate ladder and earn hundreds of thousands. And I'm telling you now, in with the right company, you'd be a millionaire in less than 5 years if you land the right company. Now, with this one here, I guarantee it's probably a year or two's experience. So minimum 3 years of high ticket closing experience is required for this. But again, it's between 150 to 300K a year. Let's say you're in the middle. Let's say you're earning $200,000 a year. 5 years, you've made a million, right? That is the potential in this space. You can get serious roles with major companies, corporations, even solar sales. Like anything that's B2B, like there's huge potential to earn a lot of money. Because a lot of people think, oh no, you're just teaming up with influencers. Nothing like that whatsoever. That's what we call e-learning. This is what we call B2B. So they're different industries. Now, again, if you have the right skills, you can pivot into any industry and earn a lot of money. A lot of money. Now, this is another job site called Seek. So on Seek, I just searched up high ticket closer and remote. And again, straight up here now, we have 90K base plus uncapped commissions, 90K a year. Now, this is Australian, so that's £45,000 with uncapped comps without even closing the deal. So these are the opportunities that's out there on these websites alone. Okay, so there's plenty, like, there's so much opportunity out there on all these websites. So then we have, of course, as well, we have the cold outreach method, okay, which is Instagram and YouTube, which is essentially just outreaching to influencers that you like, that you'd want to work with, that you resonate with, that sell a high ticket coaching program, and just messaging them to see if they've got any spots on their team. Again, you guys I work with have landed unbelievable roles while doing this. Now, if you go to Instagram, right, and we go to the search bar, now I won't do this because I'm on my computer, but if you type in the niche that you're interested in, let's say it's real estate, all you want to do is type in real estate and then follow it up with coach. And then you can do the same thing for, okay, you can do the same thing for example. So right here's a guy here. Okay, DM me leads for motivated seller leads. So this guy must sell some sort of program, right? So right, this guy must have some sort of program. So if you just type in either real estate coaching, e-com coaching, Amazon FBA coaching, whatever it is, that is one of the best ways to find coaches in a niche that you can work with. As long as they have a prompt to DM me, that means that you're DMing for a reason and they can, they sell something. Now you don't want to go for creators with any less than 50K followers because you want to make money at this, right? So you don't want to go for creators any less. So that's another trick. Just reach out, type in the niche that you want to work in, followed by coach. Now, when it comes to outreach, one of the best ways is YouTube, and I'll tell you why. If I outreach to someone like this, right, he will have appointment setters in his Instagram. You're going to be talking to appointment setters. If you're reaching out looking for sales opportunities, setting opportunities, closing opportunities, they're just going to be like, this guy's trying to take my job. Delete the message, they'll get rid of it, right? Now, although it is not impossible to land a role this way, like it's definitely possible, that is just something that may happen because you're going to be speaking with appointment setters, especially these guys with big accounts. So if we go into YouTube, right? Now, this is just a guy I came across who I know sells a coaching program. But if you even type in e-commerce, the niche again, e-commerce, Amazon FBA, YouTube automation, right? These boys do not post these videos for the crack. They're trying to sell some sort of program or sell you something to get you trained up, all right? Like if you go through the videos and you look and you see, right, apply your TikTok shop code Rush, okay, link here, $1 Million Brand Club. This is a link to booking a call and to doing a sales call with a closer. So if you go through YouTube and the niche you're interested in, all these guys will have the same thing. So if you find someone you're interested in working with, this is how you can DM them and get their own personal email. Now, a lot of these guys made these YouTube channels years ago, years and years ago, and they put in their own personal emails. So if you go to links and more, right? And then if you click view email address, and I'm not going to click it because I'm going to put this on YouTube, it will bring up this own Rob the Bank's very own personal email address that you can then email him and say, hey man, listen, really love what you're doing, really love the content, love how you're trying to teach people Amazon FBA. I was just wondering if you'd have a spot on your team as a closer. I have XYZ experience. Now you now have their personal email. Okay, you're like going to him directly, not a setter, not no one else. Now that is a way that my actual mentor told me about because this is what he used to do to get clients at the very, very start. So it is a really, really untapped way that I don't see too many people actually talk about. So that there is a really good way to land your first role as well with outreach. Now, here, then we have Skool community. So if you're not too familiar with Skool, Skool is a very, very good platform. Now, on Skool, right, if you type in high ticket closing opportunities, you can join all these free groups, right? The Closers Network. You've got Elite Closers. Join all the free ones and you can start networking with guys inside these groups who may have role opportunities coming up. Skool's another very untouched way. It's all about networking, okay, to try and get roles. Like networking's a savage way, and there's a lot of them on here. Okay, join all the free ones, get mingling, get networking, okay, and get chatting to people. Another really, really good way as well to land a role. Now, last but not least is networking and referrals, which is the best method, which is what I done. Straight up, being straight up, that is exactly what I done. Now, landing a role, you never pay for a role, right? Never. There's a difference between paying for actual sales training and paying for a role. Big, big difference. So do your research on the business, right? Do not be discouraged if a business leaves you on red. That's still not a no. If you reach out to someone, they read the message, don't get back to you, hit them up again. Sales is about resilience. So if you can prove to them that you're actually, motivated and that you're not taking no for an answer, that is a good personality trait to have as a closer. That they can pick up on, be like, okay, you know what? This guy won't fucking leave me alone. I like someone like him on my team. Now, you need to dedicate time every day to outreach to at least 50 people per day. It's not hard to do. You'd have it done in an hour. You have an hour a day. Because you are literally one yes away from changing your entire life. Now, next thing you need to do is you need to build a CRM. CRM pretty much stands for Customer Relationship Management. What this means is this: whenever you reach out to someone, you need to like you can make this so easily on Excel, like so easily. Go on Google Chrome, right, and go on to Excel. Very, 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 very simple. I'll actually show you how simple it is, right? So all you want to do is this: go here, click these lines here on Google Chrome. Let me just move myself out of the way, and then go down to Sheets. You go to Sheets, and then of course you can make your own there. All right. It's that simple. Make your own, copy this one that I have made out for you guys. So you pretty much get the date. That's going to be the date you reached out, the name of the person you reached out to, their contact number, whether that be their Instagram name, their email you got from YouTube. Then it's like fit, yes, no, call schedule, yes, no, and then where you came across them, the niche that they sell. So what it is they sell, whether it's fitness, whether it's Amazon FBA, whatever it is, business coach, the price of their offer, and then notes about them. So if they have an ad up, you've seen the ad, you reached out, because again, you can go back to this end and see, okay, and you've got it all tracked so you know where to go from. This is very, very important, extremely important. So you know what you're doing. You have it all tracked, all systemized. Okay, I've reached out to them, and them. They message me back, they message me back. Then when you have a few options, you can go through which one's going to be the best for you to actually go with. So you need to build a CRM for yourself. Make sure you build one of these. All right. Now, next, whenever you get accepted for a role, all right, you need to know how to shoot an intro video. Very, very, very important. You know how to shoot an intro video. Imagine, right, you have found a business owner who's looking for a closer. It's got a great program, great commission structure, and you are very, very interested, super interested in this role. They've asked you to send them a DM with your application link. Now, this is pretty much like how can you stand out from everybody else and stand out from the crowd? And the key is to shoot an intro video about yourself. That is how you stand out from the crowd. This is so effective because it allows a business owner to hear and see you. Makes a great first impression and it's easy to do. All you literally need is this hush puppy here, your mobile phone to film yourself, right? Very, very simple. Now, you need to be clear, short, and precise in your video. You need to practice a few times, right? Memorize some key points so you can be confident and minimize any ahs, yeah, like, hey, sir, right? Wherever the fuck you're from. Don't be on there from answering being like, oh, sir, I seen that post you up there, sir, right? None of that bullshit, okay? Talk like a human being. More than likely, you're going to be Irish from the north watching this, or if you're from Cork, slow down in your videos. Speak confidently, speak clearly. Okay. When I started, I was told I couldn't speak English. Now I speak clearly because I just slow down. Very, very simple. Now, it's also very important to pick a niche as well, right? Or pick a nice, sorry, quiet space with professional looking background. So very, very important. So like literally, right? Let's say a square behind you, like a corner of a wall with a photo frame up, easy, or like a nice plant behind you, right? You're in your mom's gaff, somewhere that looks nice. And then like it's just a room with a blank wall, simple. Now remember, this technique should only be used if business owners have explicitly said they're looking for a closer or a salesperson. So if you're reaching out to LinkedIn, all these different things, right? Use it then. If you're reaching out to all these random fucking people on Instagram, a video, you're gonna be left unseen. Right? Just you are. So now again, shooting the intro video. Be clear, short, precise in your video. Make sure you come across as confident, no filler words, no Irish slang. Make sure you're in a nice quiet space that looks professional. Plain wall behind you with a photo frame. Now tailor your video to the business owner and show that you actually care about the growth of the business, not just money driven. Not like I'm gonna close this much for you and I'm dedicated to make this much, this much, this much. No, show that you're actually interested in the business. You want to scale the business. You actually care about that. Now, sell yourself. If you don't have any experience, research the business and show you can provide value to them. Sell yourself. Now, whenever you land as a client, you're going to go through an interview process, right? Now, the first thing to do is do your research. Research the business owner, their business, the content that they've put out. Look for testimonials from their clients. Become familiar with what they say as well. Shows you've studied, right? And it shows you're actually interested in the business itself. When you go into the interview, Make sure that you show that you genuinely care about helping them grow. Don't make it all about yourself. Everybody can jump on and be like, I'm the best salesperson because of this, and I'm gonna work day and night for you, blah, 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 blah. You need to come across that you actually genuinely care about the growth of this business. Don't come across as a hungry salesperson who just wants to make money. Instead, express that you are there because you believe in their business and you want to help bring in the right prospects as clients. You actually care about them. Like, you've seen the content, you really want to help them grow. Okay, that's what you're there for. You're not just some like money-driven salesperson like everybody else. So during the interview, right? Make sure to ask if you can role play to show that you're confident and you can actually have the skills to take calls for them. Do not forget, right? Be confident. Be confident. Present yourself well, right? Dress up, look good, be confident. Now, by doing your research and practicing beforehand, you'll be able to show your expertise and win over that client. So go out there and show them what you've got. If it's a fitness offer, practice being on a fitness offer. Okay. Practice actually trying to sell fitness. Okay. Or whatever it is that you're trying to sell. Now, interview tips again, right? First thing, do your research. Look at the content they put out. Look at the testimonials. Become familiar with what they say. Don't make the interview all about you, aka do not be an average salesperson. Should you actually care about growing the business, right? Ask them what attributes they look for in closures so you know the type of person they are looking for. For example, ask them a question like, how many closures do you actually like? How many closures do you have on your team right now? Let's say 5. Okay, what do the top performers make on your team? Let's say 15K a month. And then you want to ask them questions like, and what is it that differentiates the closers that make 15K a month and the closers that don't? What attributes do they have? No, they'll tell you X, Y, Z, and then you say, okay, and what attributes do you actually look for then in a top closer, right? These are the sort of questions you want to ask, then you know yourself, okay, this is what they look for, this is what I need to be then, so I am ticking all their boxes and I can be that person for them. Ask them questions like, where do you see yourself in the next 5 years to go to this company? How do you plan to facilitate the growth of this company in the next 5 years? Now, and again, ask to role play to show you're actually confident. You have to role play. Now, do not be scared of entry level positions because if you are a beginner, right, it is extremely rare someone will actually give you a closing role straight off the bat. Okay, so entry level positions is going to be the best place for you to start. So, as an appointment setter or as an SDR, which is a sales development rep, pretty much an appointment setter is you book in the calls for the closer, qualify the lead, book them in for the closer. SDR, same thing. Okay, now a lot of offers out there, you have to prove yourself, right, before they trust you with their calls. You see, business owners use paid marketing, so they will not trust a beginner with their leads. Like I mentioned before, it will cost some business owners 100 USD per lead. How many leads do you think, like, let's say you fluke your way, you lie, you bullshit, you fluke your way and actually land a role. How many of these paid leads are you going to go through and burn in a day before they're like, get the fuck out of here? You are costing us thousands, right? The high ticket sales space, believe it or not, people talk. If you burn the bridges with someone, I'm telling you now, like, it will really, really affect you trying to get another role. So remember, get the experience that you need. Start off with entry positions if you have to. Go to the training academy if you have to. Either or. Now, do not be scared of these entry level positions because, like, you can, land a good role and actually, like, you can get an entry level position as a seller or an SDR, prove yourself and get, have massive potential in that company for growth. Now, the best method to land a role is networking and referrals. You see, this is the stats, right? 70% of high ticket jobs are not even posted. So, see the really good ones, the 10K plus a month ones, 70% of them are through referrals. They're not on these job sites. On average, it will take you 5 to 7 months to actually get hired. 75% of desired roles, 10K plus a month, are given through referrals and trusted connections. If I have a really good offer and you're on a sales team, I'm gonna be like, Conrad, who do you know to jump on this offer? We're not going to post it and have to deal with all this bullshit. You're a good closer. Give me someone who's a good closer as well that you actually know and you can vouch for. So to get referred by a trusted connection, you need training or experience. So the high ticket sales space is very connected. You do not want to give yourself a bad name, like I mentioned before. And the best way to be referred and networked with guys in the space is through training academies, especially if you're a beginner. So if you fluke your way in and fuck it up, you will get blacklisted in the space. So pretty much the summary, right? Landing a high ticket sales job has become extremely available in 2025. Extremely available. So dedicate 1 to 2 hours a day outreaching and networking to different business owners, different content creators, whatever it is, 1 to 2 hours a day. It's not a long time. Do not give up, okay? You are one yes away from changing your life. Entry level positions on a good offer can lead to massive opportunity. And being in the trenches is how you learn. So if you're on an offer is not the best and you're in the fucking trenches trying to earn money, that is how you learn. So you're going to build resilience, build character in yourself, and gain really good experience. So whenever you land a role with good inbound warm leads, you're going to nurture them and you're going to make so much money because you've been in the trenches. So guys, I hope this was of value to you. This will now squash the question of how do I actually land roles that I've been getting asked so many times. So again, if you have any questions, shoot them my way. Connect me on Instagram. My name is Conrad McKenna1 over there, and I'm more than happy to help you out. Guys, if you want to go down the same path that I took and to get started and especially speed track your success by actually learning how to become a remote closer and actually getting trained and certified, and then being able to network with closers in the space and being shown how to land roles and the opportunity to actually land closing roles, DM me the word YouTube on Instagram so I know you've watched this video and you're actually serious and we can have a chat. Guys, I hope this video was of value to you. Get out there now, get yourself a role. No more asking questions about how do I go and land it. There's so much opportunity out there. You just have to put in the work and you will land a role. Guys, I hope to see you on the next one and we'll speak soon.